So this is a project that I've wanted to do for at least 9 months, it's probably much more than that actually. I've had the idea about doing something about being middle-aged for at least a couple of years, but now I'm properly middle-aged, I can do it. And I don't know very much about women, so I'm going to do it for middle-aged men. I don't think there's very many resources out there for middle-aged men. There are resources out there for all kinds of people in all different walks of life. But when I went searching for middle-aged men resources, there wasn't very many. So I've decided I'm going to start one myself. Now, I say a resource at the moment, it's just going to be me, potentially get someone else to join me on the sofa, probably another middle-aged man, and just going to have a bit of a chat, going to find out what life is really like. I want this to be a brutally honest channel, okay? I want us to discuss things that are happening in our lives, whether that be health, wealth, or well-being, relationships, all that kind of stuff. I want to cover it all. I will be as honest as I need to be, and for anybody that knows me, I do wear my heart on my sleeve. There'll be things that, you can be a bit more guarded about, and other people may want to share more about that kind of stuff. So, we'll take it as it comes. But just to introduce myself to you, my name is Matt Young. I am 45 years old. I don't know what qualifies you to be middle-aged, but I feel middle-aged, okay? And when I say I feel middle-aged, I have the body of a 45-year-old and the mind of an 18 to 21-year-old. And I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking that. What qualifies me to do this? Well, I've been making videos in my line of work. I do some social media consultancy kind of work. My background is broadcasting, so normally used to having a microphone but not a camera in my face. So got a little bit of experience in that type of field. Used to be a car salesman. I think I've sold fire extinguishers, I've sold mobile phones, I fitted car alarms and car stereos, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, a lot of life experience in those 45 years, and I now want to share some of that experience with you. Whether you are a well-established middle-aged man who's looking for other middle-aged men to kind of listen to what they've got to say, bounce ideas off, or whether you're a person in their 30s, coming towards their 40s, who's thinking, what's this middle-aged malarkey all about? Well, I'll tell you exactly what it's all about, because I'm an expert. I'm living it, along with every other bloke my age in the world. What this channel becomes, I don't know. I certainly think we're going to do some regular YouTube videos like this, and potentially some podcasting as well. In fact, I could be really lazy and just take the audio from this and make it into a podcast. So that's potentially what I'm going to do as well. I want to get this message out to as many people as possible. And I want to get lots of feedback. I want people to tell me what they think of this, what they want to talk about, the questions they've got, the answers they've got, if you want to be a guest on the show, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I want people to get in touch. What I'll do is, because off the top of my 45-year-old brain, I cannot remember the email, but I have a Gmail address set up already, so you can get in touch with me immediately. We have some Twitter accounts, we've got a Facebook page, and that's probably it for the time being. There's not very middle-aged men who are very active on these channels. Potentially Twitter more so than Facebook, but if you want to get in touch, all those ways of getting in touch will be on the screen right now. Hopefully I've done that. I'm sat in my front room, it's about 10:30 on a Tuesday evening, and I can do this as often or as little as I need to, but I really want to get a bit of momentum going. But of course I need to understand what sort of things you like, what sort of things you don't like. But I'm going to be talking, as I said, health, wealth, well-being, all that kind of stuff, relationships, children, the stuff that middle-aged men go through, think about, all that kind of stuff. I want this to be fun, okay? This is not going to be boring, it's not going to be stale, it will be fun, but when you get to this point in life, there are some serious topics that will need to be covered, so we'll cover those as well, but probably with a tinge of humour in there too. I have notepads for making ideas, but as I've already said, I do a lot of social media in my line of work, so really digitally connected. So if you want to connect with me, be brilliant, let's have some conversations, let's get you on the show, let's talk about things that maybe one or two of us don't feel too comfortable talking about. If you're not comfortable talking about it, but you're happy to listen to what other people are talking about and I'm just going to tell you that you're probably not alone in going through the things you're going through right now. But I don't want you to have to go through this alone. So if you go through it with another fellow middle-aged man, then that can only be a good thing. I'll probably get around to setting up a website as and when it's required. Not too difficult a task to do, so we'll get that sorted. But let's see if we can get some momentum going first of all. As I say, drop me an email, send me a tweet, get in touch via Facebook, and let's have a discussion. See the sort of things you want to talk about. I mean, if you want to talk about hemorrhoids, let's talk about hemorrhoids. If you want to talk about money, about work, about wealth, all that kind of stuff. I'm getting messages come through, sorry. Should have turned my phone off. Technology. If you want to talk about technology, or you want to talk about kids, whatever the stuff is you want to talk about, still going off in my pocket, let's have a conversation about that. And there's the third message coming through now. Oh my God. Right. Who is it? It's my cousin. My cousin, he's a fellow middle-aged man, a little bit older than me, single man, like myself, and he sends me daft WhatsApp messages constantly. They are very funny, to be fair, so I welcome it. Just not in the middle of recording, Jason, all right? Let's get Jason on the show. He's a funny man, the driest man I know, super intelligent. I'm not sure where he gets that from. It's not my side of the family, that's for sure. But yeah, all sorts of opportunities to interview people. I've got all kinds of ideas of the sort of things and features that we can do on a regular basis. Our middle-aged man of the week, for example, something like that. Pardon me. I think it's totally acceptable to have a little bit of a swear going on in here, but I'm not going to force it. If it happens, the situation occurs, I'm probably going to let some of that go. It's not about we have to be PG and watershed tight. We can just be ourselves, chaps. That's what I want to do. That's the sort of stuff I want to encourage. What I'm not here to encourage is any kind of chauvinistic attitude. I absolutely love women. I happen to be a single man right now, but it's not about single men getting together. It's about middle-aged men getting together and having a conversation. Because you may be completely happily married, but going through some stuff that you may not feel comfortable talking to your partner about. So let's get together. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a bit of a laugh. Let's share some dad jokes because we still find them funny. Let's potentially listen to Radio 1 because we still kind of like those tunes. We just don't know how to dance to it anymore. And raise a glass of wine or a beer or even just a mug of coffee or a Horlicks if it's late at night and you're watching this. Whatever you want to do, let's just have that conversation together. That's enough from me. I'm going to get this edited up. I'm going to get it put onto the YouTube channel. I'm going to get it shared amongst all of our social media channels. Let's get a conversation going. Cheesy twat. I'm just looking forward to seeing how this thing develops. Anyway, till the next time, cheers for watching. See you soon.